Hey. I got a pretty quick kind of comparison video that I kind of wanted to do here. Yeah, these are a couple of TwoSuns. This is a TS66. This is obviously the blue and white G10 variant, not the, mostly not, but kind of, unibody, or titanium integral version. And this is the TS220. And I thought they looked wildly similar. And that's not to say that I was thinking somebody was copying somebody else or whatnot. I was thinking a little bit more on recommending one or the other if you do like either of these kind of shapes. So first off, we got this guy, and this is a night morning design. It's in 14C28N, and it's kind of one of his older designs, and yeah, quite large. Whereas, yeah, we got probably right around like a 3.55, 3.6 inch blade there. And yeah, we got a decent swell back here. I've already kind of done a bit of a review on this guy, so I probably won't bore you all that much with that. The titanium integral, the blade shape is the handle shape is basically the same. The blade shape's about the same, except it's got holes drilled in it. And then on the back side, it's technically a titanium integral, but they've milled most of the back side out. So you had like a little strip here and a little strip back here. So yeah, I've taken a look at it a couple of times, had a couple of opportunities to buy one, and I'm perfectly happy with this guy right here. Very easy to flip using the fuller on there or the tab there. And then this guy, which I recently got, and this is the TS220. Now this is a Jelly Jerry design, and it's in all titanium. And you can see the blade shape is, well, it's a bit shorter and not quite as sheep's footy, if you will. It's got a little bit more of a bit more of a clip to it, but otherwise the blade on it is fairly similar. So yeah, this guy is 3.3 inches, somewhere right around there. So yeah, I do still think that these things are fairly similar as far as, aesthetics and use and everything like that goes. Obviously, this guy is a little bit smaller. It's also on a fancier steel of M390. And at least with this one in particular, I had a hell of a time sharpening and getting this nice edge on here. It took me several hours, so I do have some good high hopes for it actually performing, which is great. And this one does have a notch here at the top for your thumb to rest in there and everything like that, whereas this one, it does not, but you have a little bit more cut out here on the bottom, so it kind of gives you a fairly decent similar grip kind of going on there. And yeah, I still do kind of think that these are probably kind of the way, or are kind of very similar as far as execution has gone. If you want something much thinner, then yes, this 220 in titanium, and it's skeletonized on the inside and all that sort of good stuff, is a great way to go. If you do want a little bit more of a hand-filling contoured G10 sort of thing, this is absolutely the way to go. Both of them are super comfortable. Something that I can say is that this one is fairly decent and comfortable in my hands. However, if your hands are any smaller than mine, you're probably going to be a little bit happier with it. As you know, it does have a little bit that hooks out on the front, and that doesn't necessarily feel like it digs into my finger all that much. But the end here, at least for me, if it was extended, it's like another, quarter to half an inch or whatever. I would feel just a little less cramped in there. But still, I mean, if I was to grab either of these, if I wanted to use one for several hours rather than, 10 minutes or something like that, I would probably go with this guy, just because the handle's that bit longer, that really does make it a little bit more comfortable to grab and not feel quite as constrained there. But I mean, they're both fantastic. They both cut about the same as far as their their blade geometry in general. Obviously, I've said this one has much more of a clip point to it. This guy is just slightly taller as far as the blade goes, but not by much, really. So, yeah, I would say probably in terms of fanciness or whatever, you have this guy. I actually have another one of these that I had purchased that I haven't even opened because I like the knife enough and I want to gift it to somebody. I don't know necessarily who yet, but it's a fantastic knife, and pretty much anybody that I want to hand it off to should be pretty happy with it. But if you do want to step up a little bit, you can go with this guy. A little bit thinner, but very, very nicely well done. Titanium handles going on here. You do have the over travel stop, but it's actually not built into the stainless steel insert in this case. It's actually a plate there on the pivot collar, which that's certainly not exclusive to TwoSun at all. That's a little bit more traditional way for titanium frame locks to have an over travel stop before they started doing stuff like that. Because these hardened steel inserts weren't exactly traditional with them. I mean, until the Chris Reeves Sabenza 30 series, they didn't have any at all. It was just raw titanium on it. Probably one of the many reasons why they always suggest on those knives that you don't flick them open, whereas every single other knife manufacturer is like, fine, that's what happens. But they're like, no, you have to slowly, deliberately roll that open with your thumb. And a lot of that had to do with the fact that, raw titanium meeting up against hardened steel can kind of mushroom it over time. So, yeah. But if you did want to kind of step it up a little bit even further than this, you could go for the ultra fancy titanium integral version of this TS66. It does use that same steel M390 that's in this one, so it does have that fancier kind of thing going on for it. And but I mean, still, if I'm going for budget, absolutely this one. This one it's a little bit newer for me, and I've been enamored with its performance, and I really do like the thumb scoop out there and everything. It's been rocking like a champion. And the even more fancy integral TS66. Like I said, I'm not personally all that interested in it. I do like the idea of titanium integrals, but the way that they actually did that one, it really didn't look like it really offered a whole lot that I wanted over this base G10 model. And hey, this one is very weird and different looking with those kind of crazy blue and white Corvette kind of looking colors to it, which is a little bit different, and I like that. Also, lefty friendly with the clip there, which is fantastic, and you really don't see that on anywhere near enough knives. I'm not left-handed myself, but I do like to see that for the 10 to 15% of the population that actually is. So, all right, yep, that's kind of what I wanted to say there. Especially as I think I had suggested someone take a look at this if they as they were kind of interested in that one. So I just wanted to do a little bit of a comparison. These weren't full reviews. Like I said, I've already done a review of this guy, and this one I will get to eventually. That's the TS220, and I'm not quite to the 200s yet in my review kind of cycle, as I've been trying to inch my way up as we go. So, this will have a review at some point, but just know that I like it, and I also like this. They're in very different price classes, obviously, as, handle materials and blade steels and whatnot, but both of them are fantastic, and either one of them will serve basically the same purpose and do a fantastic job for you. Anyway, that's everything that I got to say right now, so I suppose I'll leave you back to it. So, as always, I appreciate y'all for watching. And have yourself a wonderful rest of your day, yo. Subscribe.